MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
India is all set to conduct a large-scale tri-services military exercise named Exercise Trishul along the western border near the disputed Sir Creek area. This exercise will involve the Army, Navy and Air Force and is being called unprecedented in both scale and operational complexity. Satellite images analyzed by defense experts show that the airspace reserved for the exercise will extend up to 28,000 feet. This is unusual for a routine...
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात।
वाओ मम्मा, क्या स्वाद है?
अरे मेरे राजा।
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला। आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
In a shocking turn of events over the South China Sea, 2 US Navy planes crashed into the ocean during what should have been normal training on the USS Nimitz aircraft carrier. The near simultaneous losses involved an MH-60R Seahawk helicopter and an F-18F Super Hornet. Both aircraft operate with highly integrated avionics that depend on accurate satellite navigation, data link connectivity to the carrier, and redundant onboard sensors during launch, recovery, and maritime patrol. In the South China Sea, China has systematically layered electronic warfare systems across its man-made islands and outposts to shape the electromagnetic environment.
Celina Jaitley comes as the sister of Major retired Vikrant Jaitley, who has been missing since September 2024. This is not right. The government of India must listen to this sister speaking.
He is a patriot, he's a born patriot, he's a 4th generation armed forces officer. As a sister, this has been one of the darkest times of my life. I want him back in his country. I'm very worried about his mental health. He was abducted for 8 months. I don't know what was done to him. I'm not Celina Jaitley right now, I'm just a soldier's sister. I just want to appeal to our government to please bring him back. He has served our nation with great honor, and I know the government will stand by him.
Ahead of Bihar polls, Rahul diversion game begins. Is Rahul deflecting Bihar loss with Haryana claim? Is Rahul preparing his Bihar loss narrative? Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello and welcome. You're watching This is Exclusive with me, Shavin Sen. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight on This is Exclusive, we put the spotlight on Major Vikrant Jaitley. The untold story of a soldier that the entire country has been proud of. But the reality is this, that same very soldier today is behind bars, languishing behind bars in Dubai. We'll get you all the latest in this edition of This is Exclusive, but first let me take you through the headlines we're tracking at this hour. Big diplomatic breakthrough in Major Jaitley's detention case. Indian embassy establishes consular access, last contact in September 2025. You will hear Major Jaitley's story first-hand on Republic. A conversation with Major's coursemates on the show this evening. Indian Army conducts Akhand Prahar drill as part of exercise Trishul. Southern Command showcases combat readiness. Major boost for indigenous defense industry. India and Indonesia move closer towards signing deal for BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles. Ladies and gentlemen, on the razor's edge of Kashmir's front line, where the ground trembles with gunfire and every heartbeat could be your last, a soldier named Major Vikrant Kumar Jaitley stood unyielding. A fourth-generation soldier born into a legacy of sacrifice. Major Vikrant Jaitley is no ordinary man. He's a son of the soil. From his early days at Kendra Vidyalaya and IIT Kharagpur, his sharp intellect and unyielding patriotism shone through. He trained at the elite military college of telecommunication engineering, but his soul craved the front lines. The raw grit of combat defying the safer path. He volunteered for infantry, enduring the most grueling probation to earn the Maroon Beret and the sacred Balidan badge of India's deadliest para-special forces. In the heart of the conflict, he led high-risk operations in Kashmir. As a nation, United Nations peacekeeper with India's Blue Berets, he served in Lebanon, Syria and Jordan under the interim force, protecting innocents in war from lands and upholding India's global honor. But after a lifetime of every breath of the flag, every scar of the nation, Major Vikrant retired in the UAE, joining the Matiti group, trading the thunder of battlefields for the quiet hum of a civilian life. Until one cruel day in September 2024, he was abducted in broad daylight. A hero vanishing into the night he once again conquered. And for 14 months, a family's heart beats in silence. At the forefront of his battle is his sister, Celina, who wakes up every day hoping to look at the phone with a message or a call from her brother. Major Vikrant Jaitley is fondly recalled as the unbreakable one, the soldier who never left a comrade behind, who pushed beyond limits with honor and compassion. A man who gave his youth, his strength, his everything to the tricolor must not be forsaken. Let this not be about Celina Jaitley. Let this just not be about a sister demanding justice. Let this be about the son of the soil. Major Vikrant, a soldier who fought for India, deserves India's fiercest fight back.
I had a lot of questions. Why this has happened? Where is he? Where was he during the abduction? And now suddenly we have been informed that he is in a detainment center. I I don't want answers. I want him back. I want him back in his country. I'm very worried about his mental health.
On the debate with Republic's editor-in-chief Arnab Goswami, actor Celina Jaitley made an emotional appeal, as simply as a sister to Major Vikrant Jaitley. For 14 agonizing months, a decorated para-SF officer and fourth-generation soldier, Major Vikrant, vanished without a trace in Dubai. The family has made a direct allegation that it wasn't just a disappearance, it was an abduction.
I was trying to get in touch with my brother on and off, but I thought shayad travel kar raha hoga. Since 19th August, there was no response. And I'm a mom of 3 kids. I have twins plus 1, so I was like, theek hai, maybe he's traveling or something, he'll get back. And then one fine day in the end of September, I received a phone call where I got to know that he has been abducted by unknown entities, and on the 6th of September 2024 outside the Mall of Emirates, and since then there is no other information.
And now, with the Delhi High Court stepping in, Celina's plea echoes from the UAE sands to the halls of power in New Delhi. Major Vikrant Kumar Jaitley, a patriot forged in the fires of MCTE and elite para-SF missions, his body scarred from battles unseen. Post his abduction, the family was kept in the dark for a long time.
The word abduction is very important because when he was picked up from the Mall of Emirates, there was not an official police car or any enforcement that picked him up. That's the report that we got from his wife. And it was only after 4 months we realized that then he's in the detention center at Abu Dhabi. So it's actually first an abduction, and now we know he's officially with the authorities, but they've completely sort of kept us in the dark as to what's happening to him, what the case number is and why he's been detained.
But now, in what is a big diplomatic breakthrough, the Indian embassy is fully seized of the matter, and consular officials have fought for access and succeeded 4 times. Sources say the embassy was last granted consular access as recent as September 2025 and remains in constant touch with Celina and her team, pushing the United Arab Emirates authorities for transparency.
Bollywood actor Celina Jaitley has moved the Delhi High Court seeking help for her brother, retired Major Vikrant Jaitley, who has been detained in UAE since September 2024. She has requested the court to direct the Indian authorities to provide her brother with legal and medical assistance, as her family has zero clarity about in what condition her brother has been since he's been detained.
From government portal pleas to High Court directives, Celina Jaitley has exhausted every path. But the appeal is clear. A soldier who fought for India deserves India's fiercest fight back.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I say that this is not about Celina Jaitley. This is about the son of a soil, a soldier who's languishing behind the jail, and we do not know how is he right now. Someone who has fought for the entire nation. Tonight I'm extremely grateful that those who have known Major Vikrant Jaitley have finally agreed to break their silence and to speak about who exactly is Major Vikrant Jaitley. Joining me tonight on This Is Exclusive is Colonel Bhavish Kashyap, who's recently retired. In fact, he was with Major Vikrant Jaitley in the academy, of course, his senior. Lieutenant Colonel Rahul Joyal is someone who has been with Major Vikrant Jaitley and has known him for almost 2 decades. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast and agreeing to be here. Colonel Kashyap, I want to begin by asking you, you've known him for quite some time. He was your understudy, if I'm not wrong, in the academy, and there are pictures of you with Major Vikrant Jaitley, which I'm going to put out in a short while from now. Those were from the academy days. I want to start by asking you, If today people are watching and they want to really know who exactly is Major Vikrant Jaitley, I want to hear it from you, Colonel Kashyap. Who is he?
Hi, Shravan. Thanks a lot. Shravan, we joined up the academy similar to colleges in our actually teenage, when while we are 18 or 19 years of age. And so we've known Jaitley, or Jess as we call him, lovingly, since then. It's been almost, part of a century now. And when we had joined, when he had joined us, he's a proud son of an army officer, Colonel Jaitley. And he reflected the qualities in a cadet, which were super. An excellent sportsman that he was, very sincere to the cause. We always used to tease him for his English as well. His English was superb. And a great sportsman. Being my understudy and in my company, we used to play basketball. And our team went on to win this tournament of basketball for, almost 3 years. We matched up everybody. Also, there is one small incident which comes to my mind, which speaks about, the grit and determination of Jets. Was the first cross country where we had run. Cross country in our college used to be in afternoon in those days. And you can imagine we are in, Madhya Pradesh. And Jaitley, in last about 500 meters, had broken his ankle. It was a fracture. And still, he ended up competing the cross country, which speaks greatly of the determination that he's had. And, I happened to be one gentleman with whom he took the, he was in the peace order. He, till quite some time, in fact, he was peace order. And it was me during when I became an officer, and when I offered him the first thing was from me. And also, just in the month of June, July, we were, talking. And so I presented silver, the stars that we wear, which when we get commissioned. So I got a silver polished star for him. And he had sent me a photograph that he still keeps it as a memorabilia. So emotionally, a very, very, good human being, very simple soul and individual, and a fantastic team player. He's a friend to have. He'll stand by you anytime that you need any help. To be there with you. So I think so. It's been a great journey with Vikrant. It's very sad that what has been happening for him. In fact, about 4-5 years back, he lost his father to a heart attack, followed by a very bad spell of his mother's cancer, and he was in India for almost a year for the treatment. Now we got to know that he's been stuck. But we are all praises for Vikrant and the time that we've had. A great person, as a great teenager that he was, a great cadet he was, a great army officer he was, and that's all to my side.
I find this very interesting, Colonel Joel, because his trajectory, his career trajectory, it seems that he never liked something which is perhaps an ordinary aspect. Someone who wanted to take up challenges. The very fact that from signals he manages to go into special forces, and special forces demands a lot of sacrifices. I want to ask you, since you both were in the same academy, how did he really shift all the way to special forces, para? What was the story behind him joining the para?
Good evening, Shravan. As you know, I know Jaitley, or better called as Jets, since 2000. He's more than a friend, he is like a brother. So being studying on the same bench for 4 years, so I knew him in and out. So specifically, you said getting commissioned into an arm and switching over was his trait. He was an adventurous by soul person, as brought out by Colonel Kashyap, a great sportsman, and he would never settle for less. He would go all out. He would go and attend all adventure activities. along with his academics performance, which were marvelous in the academy. Shravan?
Yeah, Colonel Joel, go on. We can hear you.
And that's what the shift was. He had a short stint in the corps he was commissioned into, and then he wanted more of it, more operational side. He wanted to see more operational side of the army, so he opted for the elite, and with a rigorous kind of go through, which no easy. It's not easy for a man to go through the probation. He cleared it and he joined the paras.
Colonel Kashyap, when it comes to the academy, there is always, seeking for a mentorship. And I'm assuming since he was an understudy, he must have come to you many a times seeking for some opinion, some guidance. What is it that you recall of a conversation between Major Vikrant Jaitley, which you would have perhaps gauged his mind thereafter?
Well, Vikrant, first of all, when Rahul has brought out that he joined the SF for, the physical determination that I had, and this call for adventure. There was another thing. He never liked engineering much, so he never used to like engineering. And me being his overstudy, a mentor in a way, it was my duty to push him towards study. And he would tell me that, there will be time, and, there will be time when I get really tired by late in the evening, right? And so there'll be a time when I'll tell him that, okay, you need to study this and this. And he'll probably tell me, sir, you make me do 200 push-ups. I'm okay with that, but please don't ask me to study. So a lot of students, but he was very, very bright, but he never really liked. So his heart his heart was somewhere else. And incidentally, his birthday used to be generally in the term break, which is coming up now, like 15th of December is his birthday. So while we are just about to go on every time on our term break, we'll always tease him that, some people are born on the dates when they don't have to give a party to, the others. So, and small little things, and we've sweated together a lot. I mean, you can see from the team of basketball that we had. He's a star player, and he minded us so well. And it's heartbreaking to know that he's stuck somewhere. And we really hope that he's back. And we hear well from him just before his birthday. And a heart goes out to Celina, the only blood relation that he has right now, having lost uncle and auntie in just about last 5 years. And heart goes out to her as well, and we just hope he is back. But times with him have always been phenomenal, especially those 200 push-ups, which he'll probably do just to escape an hour of study. And a great, colleague and a brother he has been, actually.
I find this perhaps a lesson to be learned here, because no matter how the situation is, how grim the situation is, it's soldiers like you who have stood by each other. And in these dark moments, you're trying your best to wear that smile on your face. Colonel Kashyap, thank you very much. I'm assuming that will give some strength to the family members of Major Vikrant Jaitley. Colonel Joel, if I may ask you, the transition he then has from special forces to becoming almost an entrepreneur, being part of a certain organization. He's been part of various projects that were undertaken by the Ministry of Defense and finally settling down in UAE. You were in touch with him while he was in UAE. What really happened? Could you gauge that this could actually happen to him? Was he, as many would, speculate, was there something that he was associated which could have been dangerous, which could have led him into some sort of a trouble?
Shravan, he did hack his boots in 2013, and after that he upskilled himself for a year or two to make himself for the present job he was into. So he went to Dubai, he toiled hard, and he joined a company which was named by, I was forgetting the name. So there he developed himself into and got into many ventures. So details of that is not here, but he was very happy like last time when we met in 2023 December. He was telling that he is doing great. His businesses.
Was that your last conversation with him? Was that your?
It was on his birthday. It was on his birthday, 2023, 15th December.
Right. And Colonel Kashyap. Sorry, go ahead, Colonel Joel. Go ahead.
He was perfectly in a happy mood, and yes, he was telling that he is making. He's heading forward in a better manner, and his business is expanding.
Colonel Kashyap, I want to draw a parallel with the Navy personnel who were also detained in Qatar, and it took a long, arduous time before they were back home. You know, a lot of speculations, a lot of, people essentially speculating about the fact that was he doing something dangerous that could have led to his arrest, because till date, the family members have been told nothing. In fact, what is even more bizarre is that the family members have been told that he was arrested in some case. What case, we still do not know. Colonel Kashyap, with your experience as a veteran and the fact that you've been closely associated in this particular case, do you believe that could be perhaps one of the reasons why that he could have been arrested?
You see, that's left Army was 10 years back. And he established a company. I mean, if I'm not wrong, his wife was heading the company. And so he was working with his wife there in UAE, himself there for the last 10 years. So I believe there's no parallel in the sense. Anybody with any such intent would never be there with a family and, living a happily married life. In fact, his wife underwent some major surgery right beside her in Delhi, in Bombay. And then, as I brought out that, just about 2-3 years back, he was here for his mother's treatment for about almost a year. We lost auntie slowly to it. So I see a very humane side of it. I see an entrepreneur of him, which, he was, and he was well established there along with his wife, in UAE. So there is no parallel in the sense that anybody with an intent like that never.
Colonel Kashyap, in want of time, because I want to ask you, when was the last you spoke to him, and what did he tell you?
So this was in the month of July. This was the time that I was working on something, my own CV, and so he was guiding me in a way that how to go about things, and he was very motivating. He was motivating me for various things, and I've never seen the CV world. So a thing about us is that we join armed forces in about teenage, as I brought out, and then we are not well versed with the things which at times are going outside maybe. But then he was guiding me, and we last spoke in the month of July, and there was not a hint of thing. He was speaking about his business. He was talking about how to go about going for entrepreneurship, and how exciting his journey has been. There's not an iota of hint of any such thing.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for taking out the time and telling us the story of Major Vikrant Jaitley. And as I've been saying, that it is the duty of every Indian today to stand up and fight for a valiant soldier like Major Vikrant Jaitley. We're hoping that the government will basically take up this entire matter and bring back our soldier.
Thank you.
Well, that's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive. Coming up, trending with my colleague Rakshita.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ, डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा। ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons,